In mathematics, we don't just make claims, we prove them. Every valid equation has a proof. Every fulfilled prophecy has a continuation. If the Old Testament prophesied something and it is fulfilled in the New Testament, then it remains valid unless the Bible explicitly declares its end, like the sacrificial system. Here's my challenge to you. Prove that the Sabbath, the state of the dead, the investigative judgment, prophetic gift, health message, and the Remnant Church are unbiblical, using only the Bible. No opinions, no traditions, no assumptions. If these were prophesied in the Old Testament and they have an end time or eternal application, then they are still equation. Genesis 2 verse 3 is the creation rest, law of first mention. Show a prophecy in the Old Testament that the Sabbath would be replaced by Sunday. The sanctuary service had two phases. The sacrifice, which was fulfilled at the cross, Hebrews chapter 9 verse 12. The second, the cleansing of the sanctuary, described in Leviticus 16. Daniel chapter 8 verse 14 prophesied a future cleansing of the sanctuary. If Christ fulfilled the sacrifice, where is the prophecy of his cleansing fulfilled? Challenge. Show that Daniel chapter 8 verse 14 has already been fulfilled in the New Testament and no longer applies today. State of the dead. Genesis 2 verse 7 says, humans are not given a soul, they become a living soul. Logical deduction is, if life is equals to body plus breath, then death is the removal of breath, not consciousness in heaven or hell. Prophetic continuation. Daniel chapter 12 verse 2 states that the dead sleep until the resurrection. Challenge. Find a prophecy in the Old Testament that says that the dead are conscious before the resurrection. Equation. Law of first mention. Genesis 1 verse 29. The first diet given to humanity was plant-based. Prophetic continuation in Exodus 16 verse 35. Manna, a plant-based food, sustained Israel for 40 years before they entered Canaan. Golden pot of manna in Hebrews chapter 9 verse 4. The manna was placed inside the ark, symbolizing God's perfect provision. Future fulfillment. Revelation 22 verse 2 says, the tree of life provides healing in the new earth. There is no mention of meat consumption. Challenge. Show a prophecy where God declares meat eating as the ultimate diet for humanity. Prophetic pattern. In Joel chapter 2 verse 28 to 31 states that prophecy would continue in the last days. In Revelation chapter 19 verse 10, as the New Testament confirmation we see, it says, the testimony of Jesus Christ is the spirit of prophecy. Women as prophets. Philip's 4 daughters were prophets, as Acts chapter 21 verse 9 shows. Deborah, Huldah, and Miriam were also prophets in the Old Testament. My challenge. Find a prophecy that says God would no longer give the gift of prophecy before Christ's return. I'll wait. From the beginning, God has always preserved a remnant. Bible identifies three characteristics of the remnant, and the final remnant keeps God's law, next to the testimony of Jesus. The remnant holds the faith of Jesus, as in Revelation 14 verse 12. In term rule, the remnant preaches the three angels' messages. Challenge. Show a prophecy where God declares that there will be no need for an end-time remnant. Will you follow the Bible or assumptions? Engage in the proof. Drop your counter-proofs in the comments. If the Bible prophesied it and it is still applicable today, it stands. If you can prove these doctrines wrong, then they are biblical. Use only the Bible, no opinions, no church traditions. But if you can't, maybe it's time to follow the evidence.